In this video, I'm going to show you how to save more than 10 hours a week using Fohlio to create your project finish schedules. So here we are in Fohlio. Now Fohlio is like a project specification and data management platform. And what it is it's like a huge database of all your project materials that you've used in the past and things that you plan on using in the future. So it allows you to group those things down so you're not constantly going out and searching for things. It also allows you to have all your stuff in one place. So if you know that on so-and-so project you use this specific faucet and you want to use that for a new project, you can go find that very easily. So let's go into the dashboard here, and this takes you to your main projects. Up on the top left, you've got some projects that you can select from, or you can choose to create a new project. So let's create a new project. We're going to enter in new project, and you can choose from a particular template. If you always create a schedule template, like a master template, you can bring that in, or you can just create a new schedule template here. So we'll create a new, and I'll say the client is me. After you add a new client, you have to basically add this little button to enter in their information, but the only one you're required to enter is their name. So go ahead and do that, and then say next. And this will start to build the project for you, which I assume is kind of creating like a little database behind the scenes. Brings up a configuration that you can add some columns that you might need, or actually take away some columns. Like if you are in your scheduling, you don't need to have a markup price or a trade discount or a tax rate or any kind of total or freight cost. If you're not doing any purchasing, you can take some of this stuff off and keep a lot of the other things in place, like model number, tags, quantity, all that kind of stuff. I'm going to take invoice off, purchase order off, and keep these stuff visible. You can choose whether they're visible to your client or vendor, all that kind of stuff. So then we'll go to next, and this is where you can set up different types of individual schedules. So if you have one they don't list, which I think they should have right off the bat, is a paint schedule. At first I thought maybe we could put it under finishes, but you kind of want to have a paint schedule. So you could enter a new schedule, and we'll call that paint, and this could be part of your actual template file that you have. And on here, let's say you don't want product, you don't want the dimensions, you don't want the order date or the delivery, supplier, or maybe that's all you want right there. And you can always go back and add some of these things. So you created a new thing, and we'll do create. So now in here you're going to have folders, and the way they recommend that you set up the folders are basically by floor levels, and then subfolders by room. So if we were to create a new folder and call this main level, create that folder, and then under there you can create subfolders. So create a subfolder and call that room 100, and we'll call it lobby, and then we'll create another one, call it 101, we'll call that the reception. So you've got these floors and stuff. You could do this for commercial or residential projects. Doesn't really make that much of a difference. So let's say we'll go into the lobby here, and we want to add a new item. You can choose from all these different like categories basically. So if it's a drinking fountain or something like that, you put it under maybe plumbing. If it's a paint, then you could put it under paint. So I'm going to also show you another way. You can go to add from library. So if you go to this and you want to add paint, say okay, it pulls up all the paint that you've used previously. Now you can choose a project. If you want to choose a project that you know you've used a certain paint color and you want to go back to that, you can sort by that. You can sort by different schedules here. If you maybe made a mistake and you didn't want paint, you wanted to go back to doors, you can choose that. And here you can, let's say you know the model number, it's like 7,000. You can search by that, which didn't come up. Let's see, we'll do model number 7,000 under, maybe it's not under model number. Let's see. Oh, there we go. Okay, here's the little filter sets thing. So we'll do 7,000 under. So we've got this kind of quick view. It's got your image that you put in, a little description, some other info that you need. And then you can select this and use selected. So let's say you add a bunch of paint colors to your project. Now you've got all these different kinds. You can have what the product name is, what the model number is, who the manufacturer is. You can have a little image here. You can really do anything you want to add in these images. You can have multiple images, that kind of stuff. So you can sort these all by room name. So if you know this paint color is going to be in the lobby, the office, but not really in these other rooms that I created, then you can turn that off, and it actually pulls them out of those other rooms. So now you no longer have that P4 showing up in the studio spaces. They're gone, and if you need to, you can get it in the office there. So this is kind of like how you organize everything. And then the library keeps all your stuff that you used previously available and ready for you. So once you have kind of put all this together into your schedule and made adjustments on things like location, all that kind of stuff, you can actually export these. So if you go to download, you'll see you've got a bunch of different things you could export them as. Like you have Excel tables with product images, InDesign stuff, PDF with table view. So let's see what this actually looks like. There's some things you can choose what it actually exports, so you can turn off some of these. Like if you don't want the links or the notes, you can turn those off, and you can have it sort by a specific thing if you want to sort by schedule instead of the room folder that you created. And then it'll actually, when you generate PDF, it'll download a PDF file that looks very similar to this here, and allows you to bring that into your projects. So the cool thing about this is that you've got, you just have everything very organized. You can export the entire project as one thing. You can actually go to, if you look at the sample project they have here, you can look at all this different stuff in one project. So if you go to the first floor and you want to look at what's in the kitchen, these are all the items that are specified in the kitchen here, the powder room, living room. Then the second floor, you can sort things by, let's say you just want to look at the on this project, you just want the plumbing stuff. So you can actually sort this A to Z and see all the plumbing fixtures here, all three of these, and then you could export those. When you export your when you go to this table view, you can choose what's getting exported, that kind of thing. So it's a very useful product, and it has a lot of features available to it that I think are great for architects and interior designers. That, you could really benefit from this. I'm sure there's some mood board features where you're able to put together different mood boards from the stuff that you have specified in the project, so you can organize things and export those, bring in a plan, draw little arrows to things, and show what's going on for your clients. Download a PNG or PDF. So it's really useful. And I think you should probably check it out. Go to download. A 2-week trial will allow you to get in there risk-free, not pay anything. You can see the pricing model that they have. They have a 2-week free trial. Then they have a micro for $37 a month. It's like comes out to like $440, I think. And then the starter and the studio, which this gives you 10 licenses, 5 licenses, and 2. So if you have a team in your office where multiple people are coming in, you probably want to go with something like a studio if you've got less than 10. And then if you're a much bigger office, you've got the enterprise thing. So it's a cool app. I'll have a link down below where you can sign up for your 2-week demo and check out the product and see whether it fits what it is you want to do. I've also been playing around a little bit with trying to create this program using some other software to see if there's an advantage to the $37 and then what you can do similar to this outside of paying, if there's some free software out there. And in my next video, I will show you how I'm starting to set that up and ways that you might be able to achieve some of this Fohlio stuff with a little bit of legwork. And I haven't quite figured it entirely out, but I'm getting a little bit closer to kind of recreating a similar environment to what we have here. Of course, this paid version is going to be much nicer, and I think you should definitely check it out just to see how your workflow might change based on this and how it might be able to save you a lot of time. Because working through this on my first project, I was able to pull a finished schedule together very quickly and get it looking into professional schedules very fast that I was able to pull into my AutoCAD drawings and use for the project. So if you found this video useful, give it a thumbs up and subscribe, and check out the link below to get your free 2-week demo on Fohlio.